1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 7/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7/9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's negative 7/9, I believe.
Yes, negative 7/9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/9. 38 over 20. 19/10. Negative 2 23rds. 33 27ths, which is 11/9, and 13/10. 1 3/5, making that page out of 10. There should be no questions about that page, are there?
What's math?
Excellent. Turn the page over. 1/2, 5/4, -1, -5. 2, no, liar. 9/2. Sorry about that. -7/5. Any questions there? That part is out of 6.
Wait just.
I will wait just.
Wait just. Okay, 16.
16.
Yeah. So, I went. I did 5y is equal to 25. So I put 7, 0. So that's 5y is equal to negative 25. Does that make sense?
But I'm asking for the slope.
To get the intercepts in. So
Did you have to find the intercepts?
No. Just for the slope.
How did I find the slope?
Of that one.
Oh, okay. 5y equals -7x minus 25. I brought the 7 over, and then I divided by 5.
Okay, because I got 5x is equal to 4.
If you wanted to do the slope through the intercepts, then 7x equals -25, so x equals -25/7. And
yeah, I got 5 over 25/7 is what I got.
Yeah, okay, so 5 over 25/7 is the exact same as 5 times 7 over 25, which is 35 over 25, which is 7/5.
Okay.
But it had to be negative.
Yeah.
Graph each line. Y equals -1, vertical line, right through -1. I lie. Horizontal line, right through -1. X equals -4, vertical line, right through -4. Again, 1 mark each. Intercept of +3, slope of -2, down to right 1, down to right 1. Boom. Y equals -x, right through the middle, corner to corner. Making that page out of, I believe, 10 again. These graphs are all worth 2 because you had to do something to them. Yes, I can. What is the number that is with x? It would be a 1. There's a negative in front of it. And y is by itself, so that must mean the slope is -1, right? What's the y-intercept? +0, because there's nothing there. So the y-intercept. So, or in a table of values, if x is 1, 1 would go there. What's y? -1. So when x is 1, y is -1. When x is 2, y is -2. And so on. Boom. Okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest difference between a regular math class and the pre-dip class. This. Oh, okay. Nice job. Your last name should be Connor. Then I could call you Sarah Connor, like in Terminator. That would be awesome. I'm waiting. I've been waiting since 1983, since that movie came out, to teach a kid named Sarah Connor. And it hasn't happened. I've gotten close. I've had some Sarah Campbells, some Sarah Collins, some other Connors, but I have yet to have a Sarah Connor, so I could do that. I hope you do not marry somebody and change your name just because they tell you to.
Oh, well, that would be a good story.
It would be a good story.
How did you two meet? Oh, I was on track down for somebody with the last name Connor, and he's the first guy.
First guy that came along that I didn't want to spit in his face, so I married him. Okay. Anyways, let us move on. Right, so these ones are worth 2. So it is +4 +4. Why are you doing this to me? What is wrong? +4. There. These are all worth 2 marks. -4, 1, 2, 3, 6. Like that. Are you saying Y to Kayla or Y to me?
No, Y to Kayla.
Y to Kayla. Y2K. Y2K. 2/5 -3. There. And -1 with a slope of -1. There. And +1 with a slope of +1. There. And +2. There. That page is then out of however much it's out of. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Any questions from that page? Lovely. Find the x and y intercepts of this equation and graph it. You get 1 for the intercepts, you get 1 for the graph. The intercepts are always the same. 2x = 8, 5y = 8. X = 4. What is going on with you, you piece of garbage? X = 4 and y = 8/5. That gets you 1 mark. Does anybody need to know why?
Yes.
All right.
I
8/5. Sooner or later it'll show up. There it is. All right. So, when you were looking for the x-intercept, the y term drops out. So you had 2x minus 8 equals 0. Then you had 2x equals 8, so x equals 4.
Can I answer it?
When you are looking at the y-intercept, you had 5y minus 8. You bring the 8 over. 5y equals 8. 8 divided by 5. Is everybody okay for the first mark available to them? Ms. Horner. All right. Everybody cool? Okay. Now, what about this makes it difficult to graph? The fraction. Who chooses how to graph? You do. So, if I were graphing this, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and make that number 1. Because that is 5/5. Then 6, 7, 8/5. Now, there's a problem with that though, isn't there? Can I fit that on the x scale?
Well, you don't. You just leave it the same. You don't use it on the x scale. Because you can just leave it as, yeah. That makes sense.
Can I go 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the same scale on the x-axis? Why not? I would need to go all the way over 32 spaces, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I lie, not 32, 20 spaces. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do I do that? I've only got 14 spaces here.
Keep it, like, not the same scale, but I mean, like, usually the one to.
Yes,
Yeah.
you would keep this on the x as 1 to 1.
Yeah.
And you would go out to 1, 2, 3, 4. Does everybody understand? Now, what's the slope? It's a line on a graph. Can't I just count for it? Can't I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over 4. Slope's 2, isn't it? Slope's -2, isn't it?
5 over. No, 5/5, so 1
Yeah.
over 1, 2, 3, 4, -4.
When you're counting up.
What?
When you're graphing the first way for the y,
Yes.
like how do you get that again? Like,
I made each square worth 1/5.
oh, okay.
And then I went up to 8/5. Everybody understand what I did there?
Yeah.
Could I also have done this? 1 and a little bit. And drawn this line. Would this have been acceptable? The green line. Yes. It's just harder to graph accurately because you cannot tell me where 3/5 is. It's a fun word to say with an F and a TH right beside them like that. Much like 6 is a fun word to say.
6, 7, 8,
All right, everybody cool?
9, 7.
So you need either the red line or the green line to get that mark there, which is out of 2.
Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog.
Okay? All right, this one's easy peasy. I have an X and a Y. And then I have a second X and a Y. And then I have a slope. And of course I know that slope equals a Y minus another Y over an X minus another X. And of course I fill that in. 6 over 5 equals, I like to put the Y first. So that makes this Y2, which makes this X2, which makes this X1, and makes that Y1. 2 minus 1 is Y minus minus 2, which is Y plus 2. 2 minus minus 3 is 2 plus 3, which is 5. 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 And then, of course, you cross 30 equals 5y plus 10. 20 equals 5y, and y equals 4 for 2 marks. Because, of course, you had to remember how to find a slope and then actually apply it. Any questions there?
What? Why is there?
Pardon me?
Oh, is it?
Yes. Because 6 times 5 is 30, and 5y plus 2 is 5y plus 10. Okay? Okay. 2 perpendicular lines intersect on the x-axis. You have one of the lines. Find the equation of the other line. You can do it graphically, or you can do it or algebraically. I do not care. That's why I said use the graph if you need to. If you are going to graph it, you would find the x and the y-intercept, yes? Which are negative 4 and... Oh, I lie. 4 and negative 2. 4 and negative 2. And that is line 1, correct? It has a slope of 1/2, yeah? Which means its perpendicular line must have a slope of?
The negative reciprocal.
Negative reciprocal. If I have a slope of positive 1/2, what is its negative reciprocal?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So I go up 1, 2, and right 1. Now I know the slope is negative 2. If I have the y-intercept, do I then get the equation of the line? Yes. Yeah. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So y equals negative 2x plus 8. That gets you 2 marks. If you did it algebraically, then you use this to find the slope by putting it into slope-intercept form. Then you negative reciprocaled. Then you found the y-intercept. Okay? Do I need to show it algebraically? Because I don't mind. I love me some algebra. All right. So if you're going to do this algebraically, negative 6y would equal negative 3x plus 12. So y would equal 1/2 x minus 2. That's the line that you already have. You know that they cross at the x-axis, yes? Which means the other line is y equals, sorry, I'm going to change colors. Y equals negative 2x plus b, correct?
Yeah.
If they cross at the x-axis, that must mean they share that, right?
Yeah.
That point is 4, 0, yeah?
Yeah.
So, since that's 4, 0, what is that? X. What is that? X. What is that?
Y.
What is that? Y. So 0 must equal negative 2 times 4 plus b. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 plus b equals 0. So b must equal 8. There's a b. There's what b equals. So I put an 8 there. Okay? Okay. Because, Sarah, it has to be a negative reciprocal, right? Look. Right now, I'm going to lean myself for you in a positive slope. Right? Okay. Now, to be perpendicular, it must go over there, yes? Well, if this is a positive slope, what's that? Must be negative. Right? So not only must you... It also has to switch signs. Now, if my arm was the first line, it's got a negative slope, yes? Good? Do I get bonus points for my excellent visual aid?
Watch.
I'm glad. If they're parallel, what do you know about MAB and MCD? They're the same. So, AB
Negative or dependent possible.
is 7 plus 8 over 2 plus 3. CD is A minus 2 over 1 minus 0, which is 1. Right? 15 over 5 equals A minus 2 over 1. 15 over 5 is 3 equals A minus 2. A equals 5. 2 marks. Everybody cool? If they are perpendicular, then the first slope doesn't change. It's still 15 over 5. But what has to happen to the second slope?
Wait, do you, okay, so I just flipped it, but do you have to, I didn't put the negative.
You have to put a negative, or it's not perpendicular.
Yeah.
So if I take this,
So I flip it so it's like 1 minus 0 over 8, A minus
you
2.
could do it that way. I would just flip this and make it negative 1 over A minus 2.
What if I did it 1 over 8 minus 2?
Yeah, should. So that is 3 equals negative 1 over A minus 2. Cross 3A minus 6 equals negative 1. Bring that over there. 3A equals 5. A equals 5/3. Jaw? Out of 2. Making that page out of 2, 4, 6. And the previous page was out of 4. 6. 4. How are we doing for time?
We got about 10 minutes. No,
Oh. We got oodles of time. I don't know. There's 2 reviews because one of them deals exclusively with graphing. Exclusively. The other one deals with some applications of said graphing. Because this is that important to next year's math. If you are not so friendly with taking algebra and putting it on a graph when it's their nice straight lines, if you aren't like best buddies with this, like if you don't, in 20 years, if point slope form comes calling and you don't say, hey man, let's go have a beer, then you're going to be in trouble next year. That's how close you have to be to this. Understand?
My dad saw you at a bar once.
that's
Did
kinda
he?
crazy.
Yeah, well, no, like, it was like a big teacher thing. Like, he
Okay.
said it was a big teacher thing. Like, it was before...
Teachers drink alcohol.
No, it was like before the break. He came to pick me up from school, and he said that he had stopped into, like, it was a restaurant or a bar or something, and all the teachers were there.
That happens. We are people.
Well, no, do you remember that occasion?
Probably.
But you guys still live at the school.
Remember when
We still live at the school and we hang upside down. That's why I have that closet back there that is locked. That's actually where I live.
Got it.
Wait, what about your
It's
family?
like that. It's like the Weasley's tent at the Wizarding World Cup. When you open that up, there's a whole 5-bedroom house in there.
No way.
That's why you never see me go in there during class. Anyways,
I kind of wish Harry Potter was here.
do this question.
Finish after this question.
My little brother was
You
very
always
excited.
have.
And we have some more review.
Sure. Well, actually, you won't need to, and you'll see why in a second. All right. So, I want to convert this guy. I want to finish this guy up. Graph it before you change it. Graphing it gets 1 mark. How do I graph that? I have a point and a slope. Where do I go? -3 on the x and +4 on the y. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have a slope of -3/4. Down 1, 2, 3. Right 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should look like that for 1 mark. Then convert it. Doesn't matter what order you work in. I personally like to get this to general form when I'm starting with point slope form, if that's a fraction. If it's not a fraction, then I take this and put it into slope intercept form. It depends on what you are being asked to do, just like in real life. Paint that bathroom. Okay, I will paint the bathroom. Go, you get the stuff, you paint the bathroom, right? If I say to you, paint the bedroom, you do not go into the bathroom and paint the bathroom. In this case, you have to look at what you are being asked to do and what you have to work with. So, since I have a fraction there, I'm going to go to general form first, which means I have to get rid of two things. I have to get rid of divided by 4 and a negative, which means I should multiply by negative 4. So if I go negative 4y minus 4 equals negative 3/4 x plus 3 times negative 4, I get rid of that, and that negative. And what am I left with? Negative 4y plus 16 equals 3x plus 9. Then I get everything on one side to get general form. Yes, sir. 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals 0. And then I do 3x plus 4y equals 7. And then I do 4y equals negative 3x plus 7. And y equals negative, I lie. No, I'm not lying. Negative 3/4 x plus 7/4. There. And that question would have been out of 4. Making the whole thing out of 4, 6 is 10, and 4 is 14, and 12 is 26, and 10 is 36, and 10 is 46. Now, I heard Lauren ask a question. Okay. So, are you okay to hear, Lauren? Okay. I need everything to be on one side to be general form, yes? So I'm going to bring that negative 4y over here. What will it become? Plus 4y, right? Okay. So 3x. Sooner or later, plus 4y is going to show up here. There it is. Plus 9. And what's still over here? Bring that over. It becomes negative 3x plus 4y. 9 minus 16 is negative 7. Is everybody good?
No.
Making it out of whatever I just said. 43, 48, 27, I don't know. Whatever I just said. Tomorrow, listen to me. Listen to me. Do not do any math tonight. Because I want you to do that review tomorrow in class so you have something to do when Grella's here. Alright? Whatever the next few pages are. Now, we have a bit of time left in class for which I am willing to say to those of you who are 100% comfortable, go ahead and talk quietly amongst yourselves. But one of your peers has asked for a little more practice on converting between the forms. Yes, of course. You ask every single class, and every single class I say yes.
Every time you finish it, do I ask him or just leave?
Every single time. I'm much more concerned about the fact that you need to go to the bathroom every single class. I have 42-year-old plumbing. I do not go to the bathroom that much. Wonderful. I drink that much coffee every morning. That's a diuretic. It makes you pee. Yes.
Just,
Yes.
We learned in English class, eat yams.
Just like the real world will be. Sometimes you will speed down the highway past a cop and not get a ticket. Sometimes you will speed down the highway past a cop and get a ticket. Do either one of them make you speed less? No. Uh-huh. All right. So, where is your issue? Point slope to everything else? Everything else to point slope? You choose. I'm here for you. And I'm going to let it record so you can check it at your leisure.
Okay. There was one question before we started the review, and it was one where you converted between all of them.
Uh-huh.
12 on 236.
12 on 236, the man has asked. Hello, Lindsay.
Hi, I just couldn't hear back.
So let us erase. And let us review.
Let's start with slope intercept, please.
Now, again, see, you're locking yourself into something. You're locking yourself into slope intercept. And that's cool. But looking at this question, if you're going to lock yourself into slope intercept, you know you got to get rid of the brackets, which means you have to distribute a fraction. I don't like doing that. So that's why if I have a fraction here, I always do general or standard first. But if you want to lock into slope intercept,
You're right. Let's do general.
okay, so general means I have to get rid of fractions and brackets, yes?
Yep.
It's exactly what we just did. To get rid of this fraction, I'm going to have to multiply this side by 2, yeah?
Yes.
But I also need to get rid of that negative, because I can't have a negative in front of x.
No, you can't.
Okay? Now, you could also say to yourself, if I leave that negative in front of x, I can just hop it over the equal sign and make it positive later, too. That's doable as well. You got to be aware of all the things you can do with math. But I like to take care of as much as I can in each step. So if I multiply this by negative 2, I'm going to take care of that negative, and I'm going to take care of that 2.
Okay.
And that leaves me with 1 times x minus 1 on this side, which is x minus 1. Right?
Yep.
Now, if I multiply the right side by negative 2, what must I multiply the left side by? Negative 2. So I get negative 2y minus 6. And then all I do is algebra to move it around.
Okay. Just get it all on one side.
And then you would get it all on one side, keeping x positive. X right now is positive, so he won't move.
Okay.
Z won't move. Okay?
Yep. And just to make sure I have it, can we do slope now? Or slope intercept?
So that would put me to this state of affairs. Right? Okay. Slope intercept says y's got to be by itself and positive.
Yes.
So bring x back here, bring 5 back here. Negative x minus 5 equals 2y. I don't understand why you're doing this. Divide by 2, divide by 2. Negative 1/2 x minus 5 halves equals y. All right. Have good day.